October 27th, 2025, a date that will be remembered in market history. For only the second time this year, all four major U.S. stock indices closed at record highs simultaneously. The S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones, and yes, the Russell 2000 Small Cap Index. While everyone was celebrating the mega-cap tech giants, something extraordinary was happening beneath the surface. Small-cap stocks, the forgotten underdogs of the market, were staging one of the most dramatic comebacks in recent history. And if you missed it, don't worry, because the opportunity is far from over. Today, I'm breaking down the 3 best small-cap ETFs that could deliver massive long-term gains. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one belongs in your portfolio. Quick favor, hit like and subscribe right now so YouTube shows this to more people who need to see it. Let me take you back to early 2025. Small-cap investors were suffering. While the S&P 500 surged 9.6% through August, the Russell 2000 limped along with a measly 1.5% gain. It was brutal. Investors were abandoning small caps for the safety of large cap tech stocks. But then, everything changed. On August 22nd, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell delivered his speech at Jackson Hole, signaling the beginning of a rate-cutting cycle. Within hours, the iShares Russell 2000 ETF, ticker IWM, exploded nearly 4% in a single day. $1.5 billion flooded into the fund in just 1 week. Why? Because small-cap companies, with their heavier debt loads and variable rate borrowing, are the most sensitive to falling interest rates. Lower rates mean cheaper debt, better profit margins, and easier expansion. The small-cap rally had begun, and history was on its side. When all 4 indices hit records together like they did on October 27th, the S&P 500 has been higher 69.7% of the time 3 months later, with an average gain of 2.2%. 6 months out, 78.8% success rate with 3.8% average gains. So, let's dive into ETF number 1, the performance champion iShares Russell 2000 ETF, ticker IWM. This is the heavyweight of small-cap investing, managing a massive $69.99 billion across 1,971 holdings. With a market price of $249.07 as of October 28th, IWM is leading the pack in 2025 with 10.3% year-to-date returns. Its 1-year return of 10.6% and 5-year annualized return of 11.4% prove this isn't just a flash in the pan. IWM tracks the Russell 2000 Index, giving you exposure to the entire small-cap universe. The top 10 holdings represent only 5.5% of the portfolio, which means you're incredibly diversified. We're talking about cutting-edge companies like Bloom Energy Corporation in energy technology at 0.81%, Credo Technology Group in semiconductor innovation at 0.79%, and IonQ in quantum computing at 0.57%. These aren't household names yet, but they're leading the charge in tomorrow's most explosive sectors. The sector allocation is beautifully balanced. Financial services at 16.81%. Technology at 16.44%, healthcare at 16.11%, and industrials at around 15.5%. This tri-sector leadership means IWM benefits from digital transformation, healthcare innovation, and financial services modernization all at once. It's 97% focused on U.S. stocks, giving you pure play exposure to American small-cap growth. Now, the expense ratio is 0.19%, which is the highest of the 3 ETFs we're covering today. But you're paying for unmatched liquidity and comprehensive market coverage. The dividend yield is modest at 0.96%, with quarterly payments that recently included 67.7 cents in September and 57.6 cents in June. IWM isn't about income, it's about capital appreciation. This ETF is for momentum investors who want to capture the full small-cap rally and are willing to pay a premium for the most liquid, most diversified option on the market. Now let's talk about ETF number 2, the Smart Money Choice, Vanguard Small Cap ETF, ticker VB. This fund manages $68.79 billion, nearly identical to IWM in size, but with a completely different philosophy. Trading at $257.68, VB tracks the CRSP US Small Cap Index with 1,342 holdings. Here's where it gets interesting. VB's expense ratio is just 0.05%. That's 1/4 of IWM's cost. Let me put that in perspective. For every $100,000 invested, VB saves you $140 annually compared to IWM. Over 30 years, assuming a 10% return on investment percent annual return, that $100,000 grows to $1,710,000 in VB versus $1,570,000 in IWM. That's a $140,000 difference from fees alone. But here's the real kicker. VB's 5-year annualized return is 12.2%, beating IWM's 11.4%. Yes, VB is lagging in 2025 with 6.9% year-to-date returns compared to IWM's 10.3%. But patient investors know that long-term performance matters more than short-term noise. Morningstar recognized this in October 2025, naming VB one of the 3 great small-cap ETFs for 2025, praising its combination of low fees, high diversification, and sector balance. VB's secret weapon is its industrial sector overweight at 20.9%. compared to IWM's 15.5%. This positions the fund perfectly for infrastructure spending, manufacturing reshoring, and construction activity, all major economic themes driving growth in 2025. Top holdings include NRG Energy at 0.51%, EM Core Group in construction at 0.44%, and PTC in industrial software at 0.4%. These are quality companies with strong business models, not speculative bets. The top 10 holdings represent only 4% of portfolio assets. Even more diversified than IWM, VB also offers a competitive 1.32% dividend yield, 37% higher than IWM, with recent quarterly payments including 81 cents in September. The fund maintains 96.75% in U.S. stocks with minimal international exposure. VB is the choice for cost-conscious long-term investors who understand that fees are the silent killer of wealth and that industrial exposure is a smart bet for the next decade. Let's move to ETF number 3, the Contrarian Value Play. SPDR Portfolio S&P 600 Small Cap ETF, ticker SPSM. This is where things get really interesting. SPSM manages $12.89 billion, significantly smaller than IWM and VB. But don't let that fool you. Trading at $46.13, SPSM tracks the S&P Small Cap 600 Index with 610 holdings and an unbeatable 0.03% expense ratio. That's the absolute lowest cost among all U.S. small cap ETFs. For every $100,000 invested, SPSM saves you $160 annually compared to IWM. Over 30 years, that compounds to $1,743,000 versus IWM's $1,570,000. That's a $173,000 difference. Now here's the paradox. SPSM is underperforming in 2025 with 4.2% year-to-date returns and 3.6% over the past year. It's dead last among our 3 contenders in the near term. But zoom out to 5 years, and SPSM delivers 12.9% annualized returns, the highest of all 3 ETFs. How is this possible? Quality screening. The S&P Small Cap 600 Index only includes profitable companies that pass financial viability tests before inclusion. This quality bias has led to massive long-term outperformance. Since 1994, the S&P Small Cap 600 has outperformed the Russell 2000 by 654 basis points cumulatively. That's 1.38% per year. State Street's August 2025 research report validated this approach, showing that profitability requirements lead to superior long-term results, even when they cause near-term lag during growth stock rallies. And that's exactly what happened in 2025. While growth stocks dominated, SPSM's value and quality tilt held it back. But for patient investors, this represents a contrarian buying opportunity. SPSM also offers the highest dividend yield of the three at 1.77%, 84%, more than IWM. Top holdings include Mr. Cooper Group in Mortgage Services at 0.92%, Sterling Infrastructure at 0.75%, and BorgWarner in Automotive Components at 0.63%. These aren't sexy tech names, but they're profitable, well-run businesses. The sector allocation heavily favors financials at 25%, compared to IWM's 16.81% and VB's 15.1%. This positions SPSM to benefit as interest rate normalization and credit spread tightening favor financial stocks. The fund is essentially 100% U.S. focused with virtually no international exposure. SPSM is for disciplined value investors who can handle near-term volatility in exchange for superior long-term compounding and maximum cost efficiency. So, let's break down the comparative showdown. In near-term performance, IWM wins decisively with 10.3% year-to-date. VB sits in the middle at 6.9%. SPSM trails at 4.2%. But flip to 5-year performance, and SPSM takes the crown at 12.9% annualized, followed by VB at 12.2%, with IWM in third at 11.4%. On cost, SPSM is unbeatable at 0.03%, VB is outstanding at 0.05%, and IWM is reasonable, but highest at 0.19%. For income, SPSM offers 1.77% yield, VB provides 1.32%, and IWM delivers 0.96%. On diversification, IWM leads with 1,971 holdings, VB follows with 1,342, and SPSM concentrates on 610 quality names. Sector positioning matters too. Choose IWM for balanced exposure across financials, tech, and healthcare. Choose VB if you believe in the industrial and infrastructure theme. Choose SPSM if you're betting on financial sector outperformance as rates normalize. Now let's address the risks, because no investment is perfect. Small cap stocks are more economically sensitive than large caps. A recession or growth slowdown would hit IWM, VB, and SPSM harder than the S&P 500. After the fourth quarter 2025 rally, valuations have improved but remain elevated with price-to-earnings ratios around 18 to 19 times for all three ETFs. Geopolitical risks like trade tensions and policy uncertainties create volatility. Sector-specific headwinds include potential elimination of clean energy tax credits, hurting solar stocks, and drug pricing pressures affecting healthcare constituents. But here's the counterpoint. Markets have demonstrated remarkable resilience to these disruptions throughout 2025. So what's the verdict? If you're a performance-focused investor who wants near-term momentum and maximum diversification, choose IWM. Accept the higher 0.19% expense ratio as the cost of market-leading liquidity and the broadest possible small-cap exposure. You're buying the entire small-cap universe and betting on the Federal Reserve rate cuts to lift all boats. If you're a cost-conscious, long-term investor who values ultra-low fees and proven compounding, choose VB. That 0.05% expense ratio will save you a fortune over decades, and the 12.2% 5-year return proves that cheap doesn't mean inferior. The industrial sector tilt is a bonus for infrastructure and manufacturing themes. If you're a value-oriented quality seeker who can handle near-term underperformance for superior long-term results, choose SPSM. The 0.03% expense ratio is unbeatable. The 1.77% dividend yield provides attractive income, and the 12.9% 5-year return validates the quality screening approach. This is a contrarian opportunity to buy what others are selling. But here's my favorite strategy. Consider a 50% VB, 50% SPSM allocation. This hybrid approach combines VB's industrial growth exposure with SPSM's financial sector value tilt and quality bias. You achieve a blended expense ratio of just 0.04% while maintaining comprehensive exposure across 1,952 combined holdings. You avoid IWM's higher costs entirely while still capturing the full small cap opportunity. With the Federal Reserve committed to rate cuts and small caps at record highs supported by strong historical follow-through, the opportunity is real. The question isn't whether small caps can deliver huge long-term gains. The question is which vehicle you'll use to capture them. If this breakdown helped you understand which small cap ETF matches your investing style, smash that like button right now. Drop a comment below and tell me, are you Team IWM for momentum, Team VB for cost efficiency, or Team SPSM for contrarian value? I read every single comment and love hearing your strategies. And if you want more data-driven ETF analysis that cuts through the noise and shows you exactly where to put your money, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'm breaking down the best investment opportunities every week with verified data you can actually trust. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. Investment performance shown is based on historical data and projections. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Always conduct your own research and consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Thanks for watching.